The latest news regarding Meta Platforms stock isn't as risky as you might think. Meta Platforms stock is up over 300% since the beginning of 2023. The push for wearable AI could accelerate with the EssilorLuxottica investment. It could generate at least $127 million in annual dividends. Let's dive in. Meta Platforms stock outlook. Zuck's $5 billion Ray-Ban bet signals wearable AI push. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Meta Platforms stock just got an interesting bit of news. The Wall Street Journal reported Meta was in talks to acquire a minority stake in EssilorLuxottica, the parent of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Meta Platforms stock could benefit from the deal. For those unfamiliar with the 1983 movie Risky Business, Tom Cruise's character wore a pair of Ray-Bans that helped revive the iconic brand. Now owned by EssilorLuxottica, Meta is interested in acquiring 5% of the Paris-based €88 billion, $96.0 billion, market cap. In a move straight out of Hollywood, Mark Zuckerberg is looking to pay $5 billion for the minority position. Is this a case of vanity, or is there more to the billionaire's latest idea? EssilorLuxottica is already working with Meta on its smart glasses, so the move might not be so crazy after all. Here's why. Wearable AI is the way. The one thing that excites me about the idea of wearable AI is that I find Apple Watches too small to use regularly. As for iPhones, they're fine for looking for information, but if you've ever seen someone walking and reading, it's a recipe for disaster. The Ray-Ban Meta glasses provide users the opportunity to use Meta's AI assistant to process information on the go. The latest version of the glasses allows users to live stream what they see directly onto Facebook and Instagram. In the US, the glasses are integrated with Meta's artificial intelligence assistant, giving owners the ability to ask the glasses for more information about what is in front of them, stated the Financial Times. One of the few tech companies that's been able to cross over from tech nerds to mainstream consumers is Apple. That's precisely who Meta's up against in the race for wearable AI. I don't think these companies are doing anything wrong by pushing wearable AI. It makes sense given the mobile world we live in. Hooking up with EssilorLuxottica, a company that knows so much about eyewear design, is a smart move if that's where Zuckerberg wants to take the AR/VR side of its business. $5 billion is petty cash for Meta. Meta Platforms stock benefits from having serious cash flow. The company generated $12.53 billion in first quarter free cash flow, almost double a year ago. The company's investment in EssilorLuxottica would be 40% of one quarter's free cash flow. It's a drop in the bucket for Zuckerberg and company. And the best part is it will have little bearing on the successful operation of the business in the months and years ahead. It's small enough to do little to the business's liquidity, but not quite large enough to upset institutional investors. For example, Meta bought back $14.64 billion of its stock in the first quarter, although its shares gained 304% between December 31st, 2022 and March 31st. That's a much worse use of capital if you believe in share repurchases that respect intrinsic value. Further, compared to the $19 billion it spent to acquire WhatsApp in 2014, the potential $5 billion expenditure is much less taxing on today's business than its 2014 investment. Fortunately, it turned out to be a wise investment. This one should too. The dividends will help Meta Platforms stock. In June, EssilorLuxottica paid an annual dividend of €3.95, $4.30 a share. That was 22% higher than a year earlier. In June 2021, it was $1.08. It's grown more than 3x in 3 years. Assuming its business remains the same, it will pay €4.82, $5.25 a share next June. The company had 457.3 million shares outstanding as of June 30th. Assuming a 5% bump for Meta Platforms, stock to 481.4 million, Meta's 24.1 million shares would generate nearly $127 million next June. If it were to hold the shares over the next decade, regardless of what its partnership with EssilorLuxottica actually achieves, it would generate well over $1.27 billion in dividends. Over the past 5 years, its shares have generated a mediocre 62% return. If it repeats this lackluster effort over the next 2 5-year periods, it would turn the $5 billion into $13.12 billion in a decade, generating an overall profit of $9.39 billion. It's a no-brainer. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.